Hey there, Tenno. I'm Shadow Scythe, and today today on Fashion Forward, we're gonna be taking a look at my Sayrn Prime. Now, Sayrn Prime was actually a Warframe that I was really excited about whenever she first came out, just because of the fact that at the time I really liked Sayrn. And while, yeah, her rework kind of made her to where she isn't necessarily new player friendly anymore because you can't just stack a shit ton of power strength and spam her fourth ability. That doesn't mean that Sayrn isn't still good. But today I wanted to show off the way that I've got her looking, just so that you guys can see how I kill shit and still look sexy as fuck. I'm pretty sure I just launched this without other people joining too, so this is probably gonna blow up on me.
But now all they do is make war.
Actually, I could have sworn I could have just sounded like I got a message. I think I'm losing my mind. Rather than me do this though, just because with my current weapons, I don't think that I would be able to make it 5 waves. So I'm gonna shoot over to EO if there's active squads. There are. Good. But yeah, and with Sayrn, I pretty much did something that didn't break too far away from my usual thing, or from my usual color scheme. Because as you guys have seen, or saw while down in the arsenal, my Sayrn has that deep Orokin gray, and it's right in her face. As well as on like some of the under sides of the accents on her. There we go. And even like right along her back. I'm not starting it just yet. Though once this other guy gets here, I'm going to. Okay, he's been into like every room, so spread that and wipe them out. I mean, it's actually really easy. But honestly, coloring Warframes is relatively easy, but getting something that looks good to you, that's the challenge. Like, I know I played around with this a lot until I found something I actually liked. Just because, especially with Primes, it's a little harder to color them the same exact way that you color their base versions and it look decent sometimes. Especially when you take a frame that its base version has no metallics whatsoever, so you have to do something completely different. And then you go to the Prime version and they have all those crazy accents. But like, and even now, I'm sure you guys can see the iliac armor on my ankles and my shoulders moving, which you guys might even see like a little minor live change up of that because of the fact that Sandanas and armor sets can be colored separately now. When I launched, what the hell did it? It must have been against the burst or something that I didn't notice. That Equinox has main charging because he's in day form. That's what all those little slash procs are, if you guys are noticing that and wondering. Anyway, this is the last set of waves, so I will extract and give you guys the exact rundown of my overall look. Oh, I know where you are. Oh, I'm out. I didn't come here for the relics today. That is a definite nope.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
Yay, Lotus. Yay. Anyway, now that is done and out of the way, following my usual trend of doing a short mission and then showing you guys my build or my appearance variant, here is the appearance. The Sayrn Prime helmet and skin, the Octavia Noble animation, which that has actually changed. For like the first week of owning Sayrn Prime, I was using Sayrn's Noble animation. Then I switched it to Mirage, and then when Octavia dropped, that became an instant. The primary color is actually not, it's not a pure white, it's actually this off-white from the Orkin palette. Which it's still pretty bright, pretty vibrant. I happen to like it a lot. It blends rather nicely. Secondary is this dark purple out of the Twilight palette, which as you can see is the majority of her boots. These little details in between the white armor plate, or the white armor plates on her legs, these little fin looking things on her skirt, parts of her back and her arms, and even her neck, and a particular area of her chest. The tertiary color covers this thing on her leg, the darker parts of her arms and back, as well as these parts of her face and helmet, and it is actually this color out of the Orkin palette. And depending on how you have your color, color settings in your actual in-game settings, this could look brown. Some of you it might look gray. It all depends. To me, it looks gray. But it looks really nice. Then, as per standard for all of my metallics, I am using rose gold to cover all the metallic accents on her, which was the same one out of the Storm palette that I always use. And then my energy color is actually this purple out of the Lotus palette, because it's a little bit brighter than a lot. It slightly goes against the darker purple that I'm normally using, just because it's something that stands out and it makes it a lot easier to notice her spores whenever you're trying to shoot for those. Now, as far as my attachments, I am actually using the Solstice Daedalus chest plate because it sits rather nicely, and it almost acts like a little connector piece for those fins on her shoulders, which I thought that was pretty cool whenever I had first equipped that. And then like the little prime accent just sticking right there at the base of her neck, it almost looks like it's connected to the chest plate itself. So that blended in really nicely. It's going to be the exact same color setup for the armor, just because that happens to blend in really well. So like pretty much if you equip all of these, then just hit copy main colors and it'll look just like that if you copied my original color scheme. Then I don't really have to go into detail showing you guys the iliac, shoulders, and ankles, as you can see them right there, just because it's basically an infested armor set with a little bit of motion to it that I chose to equip onto Sayrn because of the fact that she has those little infested features to her, so it blended in really well with the general idea. Then as far as my Sandana, I am using the Bodo Sandana from Tenogen. I'm using the same colors for it, because as you can see, like some of the vines have that metallic sheen to them, which is why the rose gold looks really well with it. And then like the flowers and everything, I've got that mix of white and purple, with the gray really only affecting the underside and like little bits of detail along the white. So I got it looking... That one was actually a little bit tricky to figure out because I don't remember what Sandana I was using before.
Check navigation.
But after I got to looking at different ones, I found this one and it seemed to look really well that I just had to equip it, and it's been there ever since. Then as far as my regalia, I'm using the Oracle Sigil for Cephalon Suda, but I have it as small as possible. Well, pretty much as small as possible, and hidden on my back behind the Sandana and at the current moment my quiver. But as far as the back sigil goes, you can use the sigil for whatever syndicate you are a part of. You do not have to use the Oracle Sigil from Cephalon Suda, especially if you just joined up with Cephalon Suda, then you aren't even going to have it until you hit the last rank, which I don't remember what the last rank is. But then the front sigil is actually the Sycuta Prime sigil, which was an accessory from Sayrn Prime Access. So unfortunately, if you did not pick that up, you aren't going to be able to copy my front look. However, I will say this much, just for shits and giggles, the Conclave Sigil works really well, just because I've started using the Conclave Sigil as a means to almost make it look like they have some sort of artificial top in the game. And yes, you guys can feel free to judge me, but like the Conclave Sigil, the Prudence Sigil, even the Quick Steel Sigil would kind of work if you happen to have that. What else? If you're part part of the red veil. I know for a while I was actually using the malevolent sigil for that as well, and even this sigil would work. Kayla de Thame, even that would probably work as well. I mean, yeah, you guys can feel free to call that weird. It's just a weird little thing that I like to do, just because fashion frame is endgame, and I like making my frames look as stylish to me as feasibly possible, I guess you could say. And that's one of the ways that works for me. Now, granted, if I would have used any of those other than this one, I would have been changing the color to probably a gray or a white, just so that it blends in with the rest of the body. But it's whatever. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe. If not, there are plenty of other segments on my channel that I'm sure will catch your fancy. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and player.me to stay up to date with all things related to YouTube and Twitch, as well as some IRL derps that I decide to throw in there for fun. If you'd like to support the channel and its endeavors, you can subscribe to me on GameWisp. The support is not required, however, it is greatly appreciated if you guys so choose to do it. And until next time, Tenno, stick to the shadows.